Now at 11, another scare on the Max, just a week after the deadly stabbing.
He just started yelling and screaming. I don't know what he was mad about.
A man assaults the operator when he's asked to get off the train. How passengers jumped in to help.
Police arrest the man they say stole the wedding ring from one of the TriMet attack victims.
My jaw dropped and my stomach knotted up.
How a Domino's employee helped catch it. And see the concert tonight to honor the TriMet heroes. Plus, a Portland employee duct taped on the job. Is hazing happening in city government? And beware of backyard chickens. More people in the Pacific Northwest are getting sick after touching them. Your news starts now. First tonight, a week after a deadly stabbing on the Max, there is more violence. This time an operator was attacked and other passengers came to his rescue. KGW's Mike Benner is live outside the Multnomah County Jail where the suspect's being held. And Mike, he was yelling about free speech just before the attack.
Yeah, that's right, Joe. But at this point, it's unclear what exactly he was saying. What we do know is the man is sitting behind bars tonight facing a number of charges, including assault and disorderly conduct. His alleged actions, of course, coming at a troubling time for the city.
It was like a before school sale, right before everyone goes to school in September.
Since buying this canister of mace, Sabrina Heisey has kept it secure in her purse or pocket, but she almost pulled it out Friday afternoon.
It was just crazy.
Sabrina was riding the Max Blue Line from downtown to Gresham when another passenger started yelling about First Amendment rights, according to officers.
He just started yelling and screaming. I don't know what he was mad about. But he started off by saying everybody on the Max, and that honestly got everyone's attention. Everyone was freaked out.
Remember, the deadly Max attack was just a week ago. Fortunately, this wouldn't go that far. We're told the train operator used the PA system to ask the man to calm down. But as the Max rolled up to 102nd and Burnside, the man was still shouting, so the operator approached him.
And the Max driver goes back there to try and get him out, and he beats the poop out of him.
In all-out assault on the Max operator. We're told passengers stepped in to separate the two. Officers eventually caught up with the suspect a few blocks away. He's identified as 23-year-old Stephen Caldwell. We've learned this is his second arrest in less than a week.
What I want to say is
Sergeant Chris Burley says both law enforcement and TriMet are aware of how hypersensitive riders are. This attack comes at a horrible time.
So as persons that are riding, they're more likely now to see officers and TriMet security riding trains, being present on buses.
A welcoming sight to Sabrina Heisey, who relies heavily on mass transit.
Sometimes something happens, sometimes it doesn't, but you just got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, the good news tonight, that Max operator did not suffer serious injuries. He should be okay. In the meantime, detectives believe there are witnesses who saw something or have video of what happened and have not been interviewed. If you're one of those people, you're urged to contact the Portland Police Bureau. Joe, back to you.
Mike, thanks. Portland State University used music tonight to pay tribute to one of last Friday's TriMet attack victims. The jazz ensemble at PSU put on a concert in honor of Micah Fletcher, who was injured in the attack last week when he stood up for two teenage girls who were being harassed. Fletcher is a student at PSU, and a lot of students wanted to find a way to process the attack and thank Micah.
We appreciate so much and honor what he did in stepping in and really standing up for what a lot of us espouse and believe is important in the world.
At the concert tonight, the school also collected notes of support for Fletcher. The Portland Timbers tonight also took a moment to honor Micah Fletcher, along with Rick Best and Talisha Namkai Meche, who those two were killed in the attack. They had a moment of silence before tonight's match while fans held up banners with the victims' names. TriMet and C-Tran buses and trains paused at noon today for a moment of silence in honor of the victims. From downtown Portland to Vancouver, they all stopped, and as the moment approached, crowds gathered at the Hollywood Transit Center to send a message.
That we remember, that we're thankful, and it's tragic.
Life is hard enough without so much hate.
Love one another.
Spread the love.
Oregon's governor has ordered flags be lowered to half-staff through the weekend to honor the men. Meantime, the man accused of stealing one of the attack victims' backpacks and wedding ring is in jail tonight. Police say he was wearing the ring when they caught him. The suspect is 51-year-old George Chogany. Police say he stole the ring and bag from Rick Best after he was stabbed on the train last Friday. A Domino's employee saw the suspect's picture and recognized him from the homeless camp near the restaurant in Northeast Portland.
My jaw dropped and my stomach knotted up, and you feel for the family. It's almost like you've seen so much of the coverage that you're just so involved with it that you just want to cry. You just like, how dare you, you know?
Detectives recovered the backpack but say some items were missing, including Best's wallet. It's described as military style, camouflage colored. It's important to his family because the wallet contains phone numbers of some of his longtime friends. With tensions running high following the TriMet attack, Portland's leaders are worried about a series of rallies planned for this Sunday. A pro-Trump free speech rally was planned well before the attack, but other counter-protests have cropped up since then. KGW's Pat Doris shows us how police are preparing.
Videos like this broadcast on YouTube show pro-Trump and anti-Trump supporters clashing in California. This is what police say they will work to prevent when the two sides meet Sunday afternoon in downtown Portland.
We recognize the tension between these groups. We recognize the threatening speech going back and forth. And certainly the entire community is still kind of trying to process what happened last week. That creates an environment where there's a lot of emotion.
He's referring to the killing of 2 Good Samaritans and the near death of a third on the MAX train last week.
Take your mask off!
The accused killer, Jeremy Christian, turned up at a rally in East Portland in late April. The rally was sponsored by the same group holding the pro-Trump rally across from Portland City Hall on Sunday. The rally leader says Christian was not part of their group and was told to leave his gathering. Last night, Joey Gibson, the organizer of Patriot Prayer, urged his fans to attend the Sunday rally.
We got to be there, but it can't just be a bunch of men who are ready to battle. I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about families. Like I said, the moms, the grandmas. I mean, this revolution we're trying to create right here. It's a cultural thing, so that means we got to get all types of people down there.
Gibson hopes to have 400 protesters. 4 counter-protests are planned. One expects to have 1,200 people. They'll be right across the street from each other and near Portland City Hall. Police say they will be ready.
We don't want to see people get hurt. And when you have people, advertising they're going to bring weapons and they're expecting to fight, we want to interdict that and stop that before it happens.
Pat Doris, KGW News.
We will be monitoring the rallies this weekend. You can watch for coverage on air on KGW.com and our Facebook and Twitter pages as well. New tonight, a pedestrian was hit and killed by a car today in southeast Portland. It happened at the intersection of Fern and 72nd. Sheriff's deputies tell us bystanders stepped in to try to save the person, but that pedestrian did not survive. The driver is cooperating with investigators as they try and figure out what happened. As of tonight, they have not released any information about the victim. In a traffic alert right now, crews are getting ready to close Highway 26 near downtown Portland. This is a live look at the ODOT cameras. Both west and eastbound lanes will be shut down until 6 tomorrow morning from Sylvan to I-405. Crews are replacing signage over the highway. ODOT recommends you take I-5 and 217 to get around that closure tonight. We have new information tonight on a 4-year-old who died after a dentist visit earlier this year. The medical examiner has ruled Michael Peterson died from multiple drug intoxication due to the anesthesia he received at the dentist. Peterson's mom said she took him in to have a cavity filled at the Must Love Kids Dentistry in Vancouver. This was back in March. He never woke up from the sedation. State authorities are in the middle of an investigation into that dental office. We got word tonight Commissioner Dan Saltzman is going to reopen an investigation into hazing, bullying, and intimidation at the Portland Bureau of Transportation. Willamette Week first published this photo of a worker at the Maintenance Bureau duct taped on the job. The original investigation included allegations that manager Jerry Munson also shot employees with an air gun. He's also accused of intimidation, discrimination, and offensive conduct. Commissioner Saltzman wants to know why Munson kept his job despite the findings.
There will be a new fact-finding investigation, right. And I feel any employee deserves, sure, the right to due process. Yeah. So there will be an investigation, but ultimately I do have the ability to hire and fire people in the Bureau of Transportation.
A complaint filed with Labor and Industries points out that Munson's brother is the acting director at the Maintenance Bureau. Commissioner Saltzman says his investigation will take a close look at the entire chain of command. During his first U.S. interview since the 2016 election, Russian President Vladimir Putin answered direct questions about alleged hacking. Speaking with NBC's Megyn Kelly, Putin dismissed claims that his government hacked the U.S. election, instead suggesting the U.S. framed Russia.
By some calculations, it was convenient for them to release this information, so they released it, citing Russia. Could you imagine something like that? I can.
The interview comes as the Russia investigation heats up on Capitol Hill. Investigators are said to be focusing on a meeting last year between President Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and a Russian banker. Then next week, fired FBI Director James Comey is scheduled to testify publicly for several hours. Up next from the night team, a teenager forced to hide in the Willamette River to avoid a would-be kidnapper. Her amazing escape story coming up. Plus, a local child comes down with salmonella, why health officials believe backyard chickens are to blame. And the last time this high school marching band had new uniforms, Back to the Future was in the theaters. Now they're getting a new look thanks to a generous donor. Rod?
Well, the official highs are in for today, 75 in the Rose City. Take a look at other temperatures. Here on the west side, we'll be cooler this weekend. I'll have that cool down coming up in my forecast.